What's going on, everybody? It's Jay, aka It's Finance Story here, back with another Phantom Parade themed video. And today we're going to be looking at the revenue charts for the month of April, because usually I would do these, but every time I remember that these exist, it is usually days and days and days after they release. I'm like, the information is kind of irrelevant, but since it's the first, I'm actually awake for once during these. Let's take a gander together. We're already on a roll, making a ton of videos in a short period of time. Let's look for Phantom Parade. Let's see where Phantom Parade is, and right here. So it made 2.4 million in the month of April, mobile only. Because people have to take in consideration that when we see these gacha charts, that the revenue is only taking account mobile devices. In number 52 slot, is there any games that I am familiar with in close proximity? And we got One Piece Treasure Cruise, JoJo's Aura Overdrive. There's also Master Duel, I'm familiar with. Chaos Zero Nightmares, a game people have spoke to me about. Persona 5 The Phantom X. Bleach Soul Resonance. Come on, y'all. There's no way y'all were glazing this game to completion to me, telling me I gotta pick this up. Y'all ain't even financially supporting the game. Come on now. But besides that, what's going on with Phantom Parade, right? There's clearly been a dip in revenue, but is this dip expected? I personally would say so, because in terms of, how do I say this, consistency for like the game, this is something that's not really new in terms of trends. This sharp little decline ain't new, because where we're at right now, we're at like the 2.4 million margin. We're in April. If we go all the way back here, similar thing occurred during like the beginning phase of the first year of the game, right? Like, mind you, they made like 100,000 more in April in like the first year, but in March, like we completely ratioed March from the first year, right? Then we have like, we go to 2025, right? Gacha revenue still ratioed. We still ratioed the gacha revenue from 2025 in March, right? Then we got April, where the April dip was also very prevalent. Now, we still making more money in April in 2026 than we did in 2025. Similar, as well as April made more money by $100,000 in 2024. So this is a very consistent trend that you can see in the game, where I feel like, again, we're working with a multi-million-dollar company who's probably being like held together by some multi-billion-dollar company or something that can plan out these financial trends and just have it steadily go over and over and over again. Like even the predictions of just having like the game hit like below 2 million, like those months, I feel like even those are personally planned to a certain extent, right? And the reason why I believe like the revenue is just so insane these past couple of months is because Global is spending more often. Like, I remember when we were making videos during anniversary time, and like you looked way back and you saw that JP was just hard carrying in general for the most part. And to be completely fair, they still do to a certain extent, but Global was consistently spending less than $1 million per month on a month-to-month basis, right? But in recent time periods, like the past five, maybe close to 6 months, you know, close to 1 million, 1.5, 700,000, it's a dip, right? 1.4 and 1 million. And it's kind of funny. It is kind of funny because I'm trying to, let's go back to the It's Go story. Since I've been covering content on the game for so long, right? Can we like find the time period of February as to why revenue maybe dipped? Oh man, did revenue dip because y'all didn't like Jogo? Hold on. Wait, we got to see something real quick. Cause you know your boy doesn't remember anything. No, this is January. Okay. Jogo did not kill the game, chat. He did not kill the game. It is whatever came slightly afterwards on global. Oh wait, it was probably the Dead Week season, huh? That came, yeah, I could see it. So it was most likely the spew of Dead Weeks that occurred, right? That just made everything cook for February on global. And the same thing might occur this month on global as well, considering that there's only 2 new units this month. However, Nanami might just pull some big bucks. Nanami might pull the big bucks. Nanami pulled the big bucks on JP, right? We're 2 months behind. Like I said before to you guys, we're still in February content, right? So if we go to the wiki, right? In February, they also only had Momo and Nanami. And I'm telling you, 1000% sure Nanami carried the big bucks on JP during this time period. 1000% sure, right? That Nanami hard carried. Alongside people maybe buying cube packs for the rate up selectable banners, right? So this is like a very clear trend. Like this is like they're going into this little low season. They're willing to take, you know, a bit of financial loss if it means that when they get the, you know, half anniversary, boom, at some point, boom, right there, they'll get a spike in revenue. They'll get a spike. You'll notice the trend, right? It's like the game dips, boom, spike in terms of revenue. After half anniversary, dip, boom, hype factor, revenue increase. And then, you know, you hit the half anniversary season again. The half anniversary season last year was pretty low. But it's a noticeable trend. It is a very noticeable trend. In my personal opinion, I know a lot of people, they immediately see the charts dipping and they're like, the game's dying, guys. And it's like, the game's not dying. Because again, this is a pretty healthy amount of money to get for a gacha game and the style that is Phantom Parade, right? Like, when I discuss with other whales, it's like, this game does not cost this much to keep running. The revenue that they're making in totality, it does not cost this much to run this game. They're making a lot back from this game at the moment. So they're 1000% willing to take a loss on some months if it means they can just lock in on another. It's so blatant. So with April's revenue, it dipping. I mean, I'm not really surprised, right? On global, well, what do we have on global? Unk has to remember. You know me, guys. I have like a little bit of dementia because it was basically just rerun banner galore during the month of April for us, right? Like it was just rerun banner on top of rerun banner on top of rerun banner. And that was really it. And somehow global still made 1 million for the big companies, right? Despite the fact JP outsold us, and JP low-key had a little bit of like AG, he's cool, right? But you would expect that like the people would come out in droves, whipping out the big bucks for Kenny, but maybe it was just bad timing. I mean, half anniversary is right around the corner for JP players, so I can imagine maybe they're saving. You know, maybe the player base is saving. But as it currently stands, when I see the gacha revenue charts for Phantom Parade, I'm not stressing whatsoever. It's a trend in the game at this point that when we hit these phases in between half anniversary and in between the actual anniversary, we'll see dips in the game's revenue, but it'll shoot back up during the half anniversary season. The only time you should be worried is if it hits half anniversary and the game does not have a spike in revenue. That is an issue. But again, this is only mobile revenue, right? We are not talking about altogether from like, you know, the stuff that we give the Billy from the PC app. So a lot of the money that I put in the game, for example, is not being considered on this website. You know, and alongside, I know a lot of other whales also only buy through the PC app. But I'm not going to make an estimate on what that revenue could be because, you know, I can't just make a claim with no evidence, right? So we're only going with mobile revenue, 2.4 milli. The game's still going just fine. However, I'm more interested to see what revenue will look like after this month in May, considering the very little amount of content we're getting. So let me know what you guys think the revenue is going to be next month for mobile Phantom Parade. Let me know in the comments. All right. Like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord server in the channel bio. Road to 2,000 subscribers, so make sure to hit that sub button. It's been Jay, aka It's Finance Story, and I will see you guys later.